Imagine you're falling. The wind is roaring past, and you're picking up speed, faster and faster. But then, something strange happens. You just stop accelerating. You're still falling at a blistering speed, but you're not getting any faster. This isn't a dream, and you haven't pulled a parachute. You've just hit an invisible speed limit in the sky. For a person, that limit is around 120 miles per hour. So, case closed, right? It's impossible to fall any faster. Well, if that's true, how has a skydiver been clocked at over 370 miles per hour? It seems impossible, but the answer lies in the beautiful balancing act of physics that governs everything from a raindrop to a rocket ship. The relentless pull of gravity first. Let's start with the force that gets this whole party started. Gravity. Gravity is simple and it is relentless. In a perfect vacuum, with no air to get in the way, a bowling ball and a feather will fall at the exact same speed. They'll keep accelerating, getting faster and faster, for as long as they're falling. If you were to fall in a vacuum, your speed would just keep climbing until you hit the ground. So, if gravity is always pulling you down, why do you suddenly stop accelerating when you jump out of a plane? If gravity doesn't give up, what's fighting back? The answer isn't in space, it's the air all around us. We don't often think of it this way, but air isn't empty. It's a fluid, and when you try to move through it at high speed, it pushes back. Why? The invisible wall, air resistance. You felt this force before. If you've ever stuck your hand out of a car window on the highway, you know that the faster you go, the harder the wind pushes against your palm. That force is called air resistance, or drag. It's the result of your body colliding with trillions of air molecules every single second. When you first jump from a plane, you're not moving very fast, so the air resistance is pretty weak. At this point, the downward pull of gravity is way stronger, so you accelerate like crazy. But as your speed increases, the force of air resistance grows dramatically. As a general rule, if you go twice as fast, you get 4 times the drag. Go 3 times as fast, and you get 9 times the drag. Gravity is a constant, steady pull down. Air resistance is an upward push that starts at 0 and gets incredibly strong, incredibly fast. You have 2 powerful forces locked in a battle. The balancing act, reaching terminal velocity. Eventually, you reach a point where the upward push of air resistance becomes exactly equal to the downward pull of gravity. The forces are now perfectly balanced. This doesn't mean you stop falling, that would be a neat trick. It means you stop getting faster. You are now falling at a constant, maximum speed. Physicists call this terminal velocity. For an average-sized person in a standard, belly-to-earth position, this balance happens at about 120 miles per hour, or 193 kilometers per hour. In this spread eagle position, you're presenting the biggest possible surface area to the wind, which maximizes drag and keeps your top speed in check. This whole process, from jump to speed limit, happens remarkably fast. The 12-second plunge, it takes the average person just 10 to 12 seconds to hit terminal velocity. In that short span, you'll have fallen about 1,500 feet, or 450 meters. After that, you could fall for another 10,000 feet, and as long as you hold your body position, you wouldn't gain a single mile per hour. What's truly wild is what this feels like. Skydivers report that once they reach terminal velocity, the gut-wrenching sensation of falling just disappears. Because you're no longer accelerating, it feels less like plummeting and more like you're floating, supported by a powerful cushion of air. The roar of the wind is immense, but the feeling is one of equilibrium, not of uncontrolled chaos. This channel is all about exploring the surprising physics that shapes our world. We're able to keep making these videos thanks to the support of our sponsor. But wait, it's not always 120 miles per hour, okay? So we've established the 120 mile per hour speed limit. But as I teased earlier, it's a limit that's meant to be broken. That 120 miles per hour figure isn't a universal constant. It's an average for a very specific situation. Terminal velocity depends on a few key things, and one of the most important is your shape. Think back to your hand out the car window. If you hold your palm flat, the wind pushes hard. But if you turn it sideways to slice through the air, the force drops way down. The same is true for your body. The 120 mile per hour speed is for a flat, belly down position. What if a skydiver pivots into a head down dive? They drastically reduce their surface area. With less of their body to catch the wind, the force of drag goes down. Gravity is winning the battle again. and their speed shoots up until the forces rebalance at a much higher speed, often between 150 and 180 miles per hour. The record breakers. This is exactly how records get shattered. Competitors in the extreme sport of speed skydiving wear slick, low-drag suits and adopt a perfectly streamlined head-down position. They essentially turn themselves into human bullets. This mastery of physics led to Henrik Raimer of Sweden setting a mind-blowing world record of 373.6 miles per hour back in 2016. To put that in perspective, he was falling faster than a Formula 1 car's top speed. Speed skydivers generate so much energy that observers on the ground can actually hear a powerful roar as they pull out of their dive. And you can take it even further. At extremely high altitudes, the air is much thinner. Less air means less air resistance. This is how Felix Baumgartner and Alan Eustace were able to break the sound barrier during their record-breaking jumps from the stratosphere, reaching speeds over 800 miles per hour before the thickening atmosphere below finally started to slow them down. So no, it's not impossible to fall faster than 120 miles per hour. You just have to know how to cheat the wind. The myths and reality of survival. This talk of incredible speeds leads to a darker question. What happens when you stop? There's a common myth that if you're falling from a great height, you should aim for water because it's soft. This is a fatal mistake. At 120 miles per hour, water doesn't have time to move out of the way. It might as well be concrete. Hitting water at terminal velocity is devastating, and survival is incredibly rare. While some tests suggest water is marginally more forgiving than pavement, the difference is small and the outcome is almost always just as lethal. Survival from falls near terminal velocity isn't about what you think, but about how much time your body wants to slow down. Landing on something that can break and cushion your fall, like very deep snow or the dense branches of the forest, can extend your deceleration time by precious milliseconds. This reduces the deadly G-forces on your body. There are documented cases of people surviving falls from thousands of feet by landing in these exact conditions. But these are miraculous exceptions that prove a very brutal law. The idea of a 120 mile per hour speed limit is a hard and fast rule, but a doorway to understanding the dynamic struggle between two of nature's most powerful forces, the constant pull of gravity and the overwhelming resistance of the air. By understanding this balance, we can learn to work with it, turning our bodies into living parachutes to float gently, or into streamlined rockets to chase world records. It's a stark reminder that while we can be clever, we can't ignore the laws of physics. They are the invisible forces that shape every moment of our lives, whether we're on the ground or falling through the sky. If you enjoyed this journey into the physics of falling, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss our next exploration. Thanks for watching.